welcome to this new video for my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Carrera, and today I'm going to be talking about the story of ncame la Vida. Its name in English is Tear My Heart Out or Tear My Life Away. It's a novel written by Ángeles Mastretta, published in 1985, and its film adaptation came out in 2008 starring Ana Claudia Talancón, Daniel Jiménez Cacho, and José María de Tavira. I'm going to be reviewing the book and the movie in a spoiler-free manner, so sit back and enjoy. I can still remember the first time that I became aware that ncame la Vida existed. I was in the movie theater with my sister when I was about 16, and I saw the poster for this upcoming movie, and it looked like a really nice Mexican production. The poster intrigued me, since I have always been a lover of period dramas and history, and when I pointed it out to my sister, she told me that she had the book. So when I got home, I remember that I read the novel that night, and then I saw the movie and I liked it. I've rewatched it from time to time over the years. I think it's my favorite Mexican movie and book. This is the story of Catalina Guzman, and it spans from the time when she is 15 years old to the time when she's in her early 30s. It's set in Mexico, particularly in Puebla and in Mexico City during the 1930s and 1940s. We follow Catalina as she meets Andrés Asensio, a general and a politician much older than her. Andrés is a perfect portrayal of a Mexican macho stereotype kind of a man. He's charming and sassy and clever, controlling, manipulative, and at first Catalina is in awe of him. With time though, her innocence starts to fade away, and it's replaced by this strong character. She becomes this good, smart, young woman who sort of ends up feeling too much for her own good. From a child with a grand imagination, Catalina becomes a mother, a governor's wife, a mistress, and finally a woman in her own right. I won't tell you how though. What I will say is that the story has many political events as well, and the story tries to convey to the viewer/reader exactly what Mexico was like during this particular time in history. I gave ncame la Vida, both the book and the movie, a 4 out of 5 stars review. I recommend them both. I think that the movie adaptation is really good, even though it does leave out stuff from the novel. But it has a good cast, beautiful performances and settings and costumes and music. Still, as to the story, I've always loved family sagas that span decades, full of drama and family feuds, love, betrayals, treasons, everything, set in a background full of historical events. So in part, this is why I like this story and it appealed to me from the start. But it was interesting because I usually like this sort of tales told from the point of view of English people going to live in the colonies in the 20th century. I'm used to that sort of style of writing, which is a bit more reserved, which is why I found at times ncame la Vida a bit too crude for my taste. But other than that, I can't really find anything wrong with it, because in the end, the crudeness is part of the story's charm. I mean, as a proud Mexican who has always lived in Mexico, I can't help but feel a special connection to the story as it develops under a culture I grew up in, and the society it presents has a lot of similar characteristics to the ones that we're still living in to this day. So it was nice to get to know a period drama story where the protagonists weren't eating English pudding or oatmeal, but rather mole and tamales. I think that the author also is a really famous feminist, and even though that word isn't used in the book or in the movie, we can see that the protagonist is a sort of forerunner for women's rights and equality, because she's constantly questioning why women have to be treated differently than men. And also, talking about the protagonist, I just love how she ends up feeling so much to the point where it sort of drowns her. That's why the title is called Tear My Heart Out, I guess, because Catalina reaches this point in her life where she just can't or doesn't want to feel anymore. Also, finally, I love how this story shows how the heart can't be ruled, because Catalina's husband doesn't only want to rule country, but also his wife. Some of these things may be possible. When it comes to matters of the heart, he is powerless. I believe that for the moment this is all I have to say about this video. Thank you very much for watching my review of ncame la Vida. Please let me know if you enjoyed it or not, as I would love to talk about this story with you. In the description box below you can find a link to the movie's IMDb page, as well as a link to the book's Goodreads page. I'm Carrera, the Mental Traveler, and I'll be seeing you soon. Adios!